Hi, this is going to be a help movie for the second part of the music icons, just to get you started. It's all I'm going to do is get you started. So here, I'm going to open up the music icon zip that you have used in the first part, okay? And I'm going to do something that is kind of related to some of these, like this soccer ball that is right here. So let me open this up and show you in the PDF file that I'm going to kind of do something just like the soccer ball. So you can see how easy and simple that soccer ball was done. Just a minute, right there. Okay, so I'm going to make it as simple as possible. All right, it's only going to take a few minutes actually, hopefully. So I'm going to make it, like I said, extremely simple, because that's what an icon is, right? So I'm going to open up the Sorial Music Icon Student Example AI file at the bottom. Immediately I'll hit the F key to expand it to full screen and hit Command or Control 0 to expand it to that whole, I'm closing a couple of things here, expand it to the whole window. Now, if your guides aren't showing, go to View, Guides, and I'll hide them for right now. So you can see that I have View, Guides, Show Guides. Okay, now in the art layer, leave the guides layer locked. Okay, leave it locked. In the art layer, click the button. Before you do that, save as, don't ruin that file, save as, and I'll put in here Sorial Music Icon Part 2. This is what you would do. So you go Part 2 or whatever you want to name it, just so I know it's the Part 2 version. Okay, now I'm going to click all of the, like the little dot, you can see the little radial button over here to the right, and just hit the delete key and now they're gone. Now I'm going to make a new layer, drag it to the bottom, double click it and call it reference. Hopefully I spelled it right. Leave it selected. Now on the desktop I went and got a soccer ball, so from the internet. So all I did was I typed in soccer ball and I went to images, right? I just clicked on images right up here, images, and I got this soccer ball. I right hand clicked and I saved the image to the desktop. So I'm going to go get it now. Okay, so I'm going to go File, Place, all right, and we're going to go to the desktop. So I just have to find my desktop. So I'll go to the Macintosh, my users, I'll go to Sorial, and there's my desktop. So I have this soccer ball right here. Let me make sure it's the right one. So is it that one? Yes, that's the one I wanted to use. So I'm just going to double click it. Now I should have I'm going to click it and then I'm going to delete it, okay, because I should have showed you something. So I'm going to go to File, Place again, make sure link is selected, and it wasn't. So I'm going to go to soccer ball, make sure again it's the right soccer ball, and click link, because I do not want to embed the memory of this JPEG file into the Illustrator file. I want to link it. Okay, which I'm going to delete the reference layer before I submit it to the professor. I'm going to delete the reference layer. The professor doesn't need my reference layer. So I'm going to hit place now. Now I'm going to click and now I'm going to shrink it. So I'm going to hold the shift key and make it really, really, really tiny. So you can see that I'm holding the shift key right now and I'm going to make it nice and tiny. Now I'm going to move it up into the first square. And I'm going to position it in the center. Okay, now I'm going to visually position it in the center because the picture itself doesn't have the soccer ball in the perfect center. So if I wanted to have, let me zoom in and let me change the color of this. It's a lime green, this selection color, and I'm going to quickly change it to something like blue so you all can see it. But I'm going to put a guide by dragging it out to the 1 inch mark, which is the halfway point, and then I'm going to drag another guide out to the halfway point, which is going to be the 1 inch mark there. Now I have it, and you can see that I can visually center that soccer ball kind of right there. Now That's fine. Now, I'm going to double click the reference layer, double click it, and I'm going to dim it to 50%. Now I can lock it. Okay, now here's my first square, right? So let me zoom in. Now, all I have to do is hit the art layer, make sure everything else is locked up, and start drawing. So the first thing we're going to create are the little hexagon shapes. Well, the first thing I'll create, and I just zoomed in, is the shape. Okay, so I'm going to go to the rectangle and right-hand click to the ellipse tool. Now, if I go somewhere near the center, right there, see it? If I hit Alt or Option and hold Shift, I can drag a circle out to be about the exact size of that. It doesn't have to be absolutely stunningly perfect. Okay, now that's going to be my soccer ball. All right, now I'm actually going to do a little bit of a shading on it. So look what I'm going to do up here. I'm going to leave this one white. It's a white fill with a no stroke. Now I'm going to look it up here. I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it. I'm going to duplicate it. So I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to call this full ball. Now I'm going to duplicate it. Now I'm going to lock the bottom one, click on the top one, double click the scale tool. Where's the scale tool? It's in the rotate tool. Right hand click to the scale tool. I'm going to double click it and I'm going to shrink it to about 80%, maybe even 90%. So it's going to go to 90% and I'm going to color it gray. So I'm just going to double click the fill and just give it a little bit of a gray color like this. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to make like a half moon out of it. Okay, so I'm going to take the C key and I'm just going to cut this and just have some fun with it. So I'm going to go click and then right on the other side go click, and now I'm going to hold, go to the A key, click on this half and just hit the delete key. Now I'm going to take the pen tool and I'm going to find that point, hold Alt or Option. Okay, you have to hold Alt or Option so it doesn't ruin this curve. And I'm going to go like this and drag a handlebar out. Then I'm going to go over here and drag this handlebar out, and you can see how I've given it just a nice little half moon shape. Now I'm going to go like that and even make it lighter gray because it was too dark. Okay, now I'm going to lock both of those up. Now I don't want to see those anymore until I'm done. So I'm going to turn off the visibility and turn off the visibility. Then I'm going to take my pen tool and I'm just going to start drawing. Okay, just going to start drawing. Now I'm going to start drawing like this. It's just like your pen exercise. I hold Alt or Option and I go the opposite way. Do you see how important it was? I let go of the Option or Alt key and I pull my handlebar. Now I go Option or Alt and I pull it in that direction. Then I let go and I just pull it in that direction. Repeat the process. Hold Alt or Option and pull a handlebar up. Keep your finger on Alt or Option, Brian, and just pull a handlebar and you can see that I've made it that. Now I'm going to double click it and make it black. Now I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to click and go over here and pull a handlebar. Now how do I do the next one? I hold Alt or Option and I change the handlebar down here, let go and just pull straight down. Now I do the same thing, Alt or Option, and pull this way a little handlebar. Then I go over here and pull another handlebar, let go. Now I hold Alt or Option, I pull a handlebar, I go over here and I pull a handlebar, hold Alt or Option, I go over here and pull a handlebar, and I keep my finger on Alt or Option and I go like that, and you can see that I've made a nice hexagon. Now my problem is my art layer has a black selection color and I'm drawing a black shape. That's not very smart. So I'm going to change the color to this light red so I can at least see my anchor points and my selection lines. Now you know that if you hold the Command or Control key, you can edit that. Now let's go over here and just keep on going. So I go Alt I don't hold any key. I just pull out a handlebar like this, and then Alt or Option, little handlebar, and pull. Okay, now I hold Alt or Option, I pull out a handlebar going down, Brian. I let go of Alt or Option, I just pull a handlebar right here. You can see how I followed that curve. I'm going to hold Alt or Option, keep my finger on Alt or Option, and close the shape. Let's go up here. Click and just click. Now pull a handlebar out and pull a handlebar straight. Now change direction. So Alt or Option, go like that, Alt or Option, change a handle, just hold Alt or Option and change the direction. Now go over here, let go of Alt or Option and just pull. Now hold back Alt or Option and pull like this. And I can't really see where that one's ending, so I'm going to go to the inside, and then I'm going to hold the Command or Control key and position my handlebars so that works nicely. Now let's do this one real fast. So I'm going to click and pull. Hold Alt or Option, change handlebar, and click. Hold Alt or Option, change handlebar. Now I just pull a handlebar in that direction. Hold Alt or Option, go like this to change the direction of that handlebar. Just click, that's a pretty straight line. Hold Alt or Option, make that handlebar come up, and look at how I can keep my finger on Alt or Option, and I've got that done. Let's do the same thing. Let's zoom into this one and just make it be like that. Okay, now change direction, Brian. Come over here, change direction. The reason why I'm showing you this is this shows you how to make a very quick custom icon. Okay, and I'm an artist. I have all the capability to do this. Now there's all my little squares. You see over here in this right there, I'm going to group all these. So I'm going to hold the Shift key and click, 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 and click. Then I'm going to hit Command or Control G, and you can see that I've now grouped those. See how I've grouped those? Okay, I'm going to lock them. Now I just want to do the lines between there, and I'm not going to get cute with this. I'm going to eventually make a group of the lines and I'll even put this in here as shapes. Now I'm going to just click on the parent layer, take my pen tool, I'm going to flip. So now instead of a fill of black, I have a stroke of black at, let's try 0.5. Now I'm just going to click, look at that, and pull. That's it. Oh, that's way too thick. So let's go to the stroke menu. Let me go way to stroke. The reason I'm going that far down is I actually want to go to 0.25. There, that looks better. Okay, now I need to hold the Command or Control key and click away from that one. Now I can let go and just draw. Now the reason why I'm doing this so easily is because I locked the other group. Now how do I get away from that one? Just hold Alt or Option and, hold the Command key and click. Now let's move the strokey thing here. Let's just do it from this corner to that corner and click. Let's go up here and make a little, whoops, I didn't click away. You can't continue, Mr. Sorial, if that one is selected. So you have to hold Command or Control, click away, and now I can begin. So look at how I'm making this real fun icon. Stay with me here because I want to show you something at the end of this. Now, I don't know where my circle is, so I'm going to have to go custom fit those to the edge of that soccer ball that I made. So just be patient with me here. Okay, let's actually move this one down a little bit like this. Let's pick this up and move it down. There. Now I go over to here. I have to click away from it. Click and pull and click and pull. Now hold the Command key and click away. Did I miss any? Yes, I've missed a couple. Let's go here to this one and go straight down to there. Let's click away. Now did I miss any? Yes, I did. So let's go up like this and go over like that. Remember, these are icons. They're not illustrations for a perfect product. Okay, so there is your soccer ball. Now let's turn on the ball at the bottom and the ball at the bottom and turn off the reference layer. Now I'm going to show you something kind of neat. Okay, so I'm going to put this into a background. So I told you I was going to group all the lines. All right, so let's go. First, what I'm going to do so I can see everything is I'm going to unlock this bottom ball, this full ball that I have. Okay, and I'm going to click the radio button, click the stroke, and make a very light stroke all the way around the soccer ball. And I'm going to make that 0.25. So do you see how I've made kind of a really neat soccer ball? And I'm going to custom fit it. Okay, so how do I custom fit this? Well, rather than let me finish the color squares of what I'm showing you. So I'm going to click and shift click all of these lines that I just made. I'm going to be patient. And now I'm going to hit Command or Control G, and I'm going to call them lines. And then I'm going to lock that up so I don't mess with it. Now, I forgot one of these shapes right here. See that shape? That should have been in the shape group. So I'm just going to pick it up and put it inside the shape group, save my file, and lock this up. Now I'm going to lock everything up for a moment because I want to hit the M key and I want to make it on a green. I'm going to actually do something fun here. I'm going to put it on a green, kind of grassy color, and move that to the bottom. Okay, no stroke, a fill of green in something like that right there. Okay, now look, I have to move it below the balls. See that? Okay, now I'm going to move it over. I'm going to move it over with my arrow keys so it's kind of nicely centered. Then I'm going to do another one, and it's not going to be the same kind of square. It's going to be like this, because I'm the artist. I get to do what I want. Now I'm going to double click this, and I'm going to make a sky color. So let's go like that. Let's move the blue below the green, and now I have a soccer ball here. And now what I'm going to do is lock those two up, and then I'm going to unlock the ball and the half ball. Okay, I've done that. I've unlocked the ball and the half ball. Why did I do that? Because I'm going to select them both with the shift key. Now, if I hold shift, do you see how I can custom place both of those? Move them over, move them up, actually move it back down. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to fill that so they are perfect on the squares of the little things that I made. So let's go up like this. And I'm going to have to fix that one. So everything else is pretty good. And I know I could create a much more accurate thing. But now that ball is pretty close, right? Right? So what I'm going to do is go fix the little shapes. It's not going to take long. So I lock up the ball, lock up the half ball, unlock the shapes, hit my direct selection tool. Okay, now if I click this, do you see how I can get close, just like that, pick up this one and just put it right there, grab that handlebar and just make it go down like that. See how nice that was? And pick up this one and put it up like this. Now that didn't take long now, did it? Let me click it and just move the handlebar down a little bit more. There, that's a beautiful little fix. Let's go up here and see if I need to do anything there. Yes, look at that little corner right there. If I just move it down like that, I'm perfect right there. Let's go over to this side. I have a couple of things I need to do. This needs to move to here, and this needs to move to here. And now if I adjust that little handlebar, I can go on to my next shape. Whoops, I messed up right there. Let me zoom in. Let me click that point. And there you go. So there is my soccer ball. That is not in a good place. That one, I have to unlock the lines, lock up the shapes. Notice I always only have one thing unlocked. And I'm going real slow here. It's kind of fun. Now I think I should make that gray soccer ball thing here a little bit bigger. So if I unlock the little half shape, look what I can do. I can just pick this up and move it up here. Just pick up this one and move it over here, and just get a little bit better drawing on that gray. I still want a little bit of white on that edge. Okay, just a little bit of white. And again, I'm just going to ask you to remember that these are just icons. It's not that I'm drawing the product and making a perfect product. I'm drawing an icon so that looks nice. Now what I could do to finish it off is put a shadow underneath. So I'm going to lock everything up. I'm going to click on the parent, go to the ellipse tool, go in the center right there, just hold Alt or Option and make a nice ellipse and make it a darker green. So if I just move the ellipse one above the green, okay, hit the eyedropper, grab that green, double click this and just make it a slightly darker, like that, I now have a very nice ball. And you can see how I have a really nice soccer ball, and that's my first icon. I hope that helped you, but now I would bring in a second picture. Now consider this, please. Do I really even need this picture here anymore? Do I need that picture right there? Can't I just click on it like that after I unlock the reference layer and just hit the delete key? Can't I just do that? And then I'll start on the second square. But I'll Command or Control Z back, turn off the reference layer, lock it, and save my file. So that's how I wanted you all to begin. Okay? Hope that helped, and let me know if you have any questions.